Welcome to Eco Baltia Investor Webinar. Today our hosts are Chairman of the Management Board, Māris Simonovic, and Member of the Management Board and CFO, Santa Spūle. Māris and Santa will present financial results of the year 2024 and speak about the developments in the company. After the presentation, we will have a live Q&A session, and if you would like to ask your question to the company, please use the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. And now I'm handing over to our presenters.
Good afternoon, dear investors and guests. Thank you for the opportunity to address you at today's webinar. At Eco Baltia, we see great importance in organizing events like this. They allow us to remain open, transparent, and in regular dialogue with our existing as well as potential investors. We believe that through such conversations, we can not only provide precise and up-to-date information about our results and future plans, but also build trust and strengthen our mutual relationships. Our goal is for every investor to feel confident about the company's stability and direction, and webinars like this is one of the ways how we can reinforce that confidence together. So, first of all, thank you for the introduction, and today I'm glad to be here today with my colleague Santa Spūle, who is our CFO, and we are looking forward to sharing with you not only our financial results, but also the story behind them, how Eco Baltia is growing, what drives our performance, and how we see the future together with you, with our partners. So, talking about Eco Baltia in round numbers, so the previous year was one of a strong growth and investments for the whole group, as we continued to strengthen our leadership position in Baltics and also Central European markets. So first of all, it's a well-invested asset base with 30 locations in Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Czech Republic. And this, first of all, reflects the scale of our business and ensures diversification, which is essential for the long-term stability, as well as it allows us to meet the needs of our most demanding clients. If we talk about processing capacity, so with the huge amount of investments done last year, we have increased the total processing capacity to 250,000 tons per year. And this is positioning us as a number one player in Baltics and also a significant market player on the European secondary raw material market, which allows us to meet rapidly growing needs of the recycling industry. Besides that, we are also a market leader in waste management, both in Latvia and Lithuania. And this gives us a significant scale of economies in terms of ability to deliver better margins, better products, and more efficient business results. Looking at the CapEx, so last year we did CapEx of around 40 million euros. We'll talk later about the main CapEx items. And this also delivered sizable growth in terms of revenue, so 261 million euros, which is a substantial increase, partially, of course, driven also by mergers and acquisitions, as well as number of operational improvements, number of new facilities and capacities that we have built last year. And of course, the most important question is about profitability and EBITDA. So last year it is 44.4 million, which reflects significant improvement in profitability versus previous year. And this also demonstrates our efficiency and measures taken in order to improve our technologies and deliver tangible results to all stakeholders of Eco Baltia. So to conclude this slide, these results show that Eco Baltia is not only a market leader, but also a stable, dynamic company capable of creating long-term value, both for investors and society, and of course, most importantly, for our clients across the whole region. Going deeper in Eco Baltia's business, once again, I would like to explain how our business is driven on a daily basis, what is the structure, and what are the main segments we are focusing on. So in Eco Baltia, we have three operational segments. It's environmental sector, which is the largest in size and also market coverage. Second part of the business is PET recycling, where we have two companies dealing with bottle recycling and polyester fiber production. And last but not least, it's PVC recycling, our daughter company in Poland, Metal Plast. So talking in details about the environmental sector, So size-wise, it's 178 million last year. Key companies in this segment, it's of course Baltia in Latvia, which is a market leader and serves most of you probably if you live in Riga or Riga surroundings. Secondly, it's Service, almost the same size as Baltia, so 73.6 million, representing the number one market player in Lithuania. Then it's Latvijas Zaļais Punkts. It's the oldest producer responsibility organization in Latvia, covering the needs of importers and producers of packaging, electric appliances, and other waste streams, and delivered 18.6 million euros in sales. Then it's Nordic Plast, 5.5 million in sales, dealing with recycling of polyethylene and production of recycled pellets. So last year it was moving to new premises, which influenced the sales figures. But now it's fully operational in the new location. So Jumis, it's a joint stock, it's a joint municipal company in Latvia, which we have under our concession, operating exclusively in Sigulda region. And finally, Oil Recovery, 4.9 million euros, specializing in oil waste management as well as treatment of contaminated waste waters, especially coming from the shipping industry, so operating in Riga city port. Talking about PET recycling segment, so it was let's say a lot of challenges in this segment over the last years, especially after COVID. So on top of that, it's also one of our largest investment projects in recent years, where we moved Iterum, which was previously known under the name of PET Baltia and operated two locations in Jāgava. So now we moved to Olaine, a completely new facility. And we can proudly say that this is one of the largest PET bottle recycling plants in Northern Europe, and also part of the backbone of circular economy if we talk about usage of recycled PET in production of new PET bottles. Then Tesil Fibers, our Czech branch, producing polyester fiber from low-quality PET waste, also one of the known players in this market in Europe. And finally, PVC window frame recycling segment with a revenue of 30.3 million euros. It's a metal plast in Poland, focusing on currently post-production waste recycling, but one of our future plans is also to engage with post-consumer waste recycling and produce recycled PVC granules from PVC window waste. So the segmentation demonstrates a balanced revenue base built on both environmental segment services, which are less volatile during various recycling cycles, and also plastic recycling segments. So for us, it provides significant advantage, ensuring resilience against market fluctuations and also supporting sustainable growth and allowing us to capture a number of market opportunities as the recycling industry is developing. So going into details about investments carried out during the last couple of years, we have listed here three most important facilities which have been recently come to market. So first of all of our investments are heavily focusing on automation across all facilities, introducing most advanced state-of-the-art technologies available, which are there to enhance productivity and reduce manpower needed, as every Baltic country currently is facing lack of workforce in this type of activities. And we are continuing this type of strategic investments in most modern sorting and recycling plants across Baltics, also focusing on first of all capacity, secondly also ESG aspects and efficiency, and of course overall competitiveness and recyclability of materials we are sorting out. Going one by one, so first of all, it's a facility in Salaspils. We opened this in Q4 2024, and we could proudly say that that was the most modern plant in Baltics by that time. The total sorting capacity was 7.5 tons of sorted recycling materials per hour, which is basically coming from the post-consumer yellow bin. network, and 30 tons of unsorted household waste per hour once we are focusing on household waste sorting. So basically, this facility allows us to sort both materials, just changing the shifts. And this project demonstrates our ability to develop infrastructure with high throughput, also robust safety standards, and meeting the market needs. And then this was the largest and nicest facility in Baltics until we opened out our plant in Lithuania, which took place in February 2025. So this is a new sorting facility near Lithuania, located in Gariūnai, with a total investment of 18 million euros. The sorting capacity is 12 tons per hour, focusing only on lightweight packaging coming from the separated waste collection network. And this project basically is developed as a strategic response to the market demand and regulatory requirements, underlining EcoBaltia's leadership in the region, and basically us being the key driving force of the secondary raw material market and also the whole Green Deal in Baltics. And finally, one of the largest investments in Latvia, if we talk about industrial premises, so it's Iterum new PET recycling plant. The total investment, together with the landlord investing in the real estate, amounts to roughly 35 million euros, where our own part is higher than 10 million. So it was opened at the beginning of 2025. It's one of the largest PET recycling plants in Northern Europe. So the total production capacity of different products is around 80,000 tons per year, while the top product coming out of this facility is recycled PET, which is suitable for new bottle production. This facility enables recycled materials to be reintroduced into international markets, and again strengthening our group's global competitiveness. So we are able to export these materials both to our neighboring countries, Poland, France, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, so wherever the client is. And what's also important that most of our clients are blue chip companies and market leaders in soft drink industry. So together, these three projects highlight EcoBaltia's strong commitment to circular economy, technological advancements. They also expand our recycling volumes, improve resource efficiency, and support the achievement of regional climate goals. Continuous development is part of our DNA, so we can also look at a number of M&A things and of course larger procurement contracts that we have got during these last months. So one of the key events last year was at the end of 2024, where EcoBaltia strengthened the position in hazardous waste management. So we acquired EcoVosta and merged it with the SPV Oil Recovery. So at the end, the new branding of this business segment goes under the name of Oil Recovery. So as a result, the company also participated and successfully won Riga Port contract for amount of 4.5 million for ship-generated waste management at the free port of Riga. And this is for a 3-year period. So it's like an anchor client that we have managed to get. And of course, this will be a solid base to develop this oil recovery further. So in addition to that, last year we also acquired a 40% stake in road maintenance company in Daugavpils. It's called Daugavpils Specātevu. So this company is providing various services to Daugavpils region, starting from waste management, street cleaning, road maintenance, and transportation services. Also further broadening groups coverage in the municipal infrastructure management and widening our market share and regional presence in Latgale. So currently we have also got the permission from Competition Council to acquire up to 100% of this company. Then talking about significant procurement contracts where EcoBaltic companies were successful. So in terms of numbers, by far the largest one is 77 million euro contract in street maintenance in Riga's central district and Latgale suburbs for 5 years. second by size 19 million euro 7-year contract for waste management services in Mark municipality, along with successful tenders in Kuldig and South Kurzem, and also we recently won other municipality, a 10 million contract ensuring also continuation of our operations in Klaipėda region in Lithuania. And then finally, not last and not least, but a very important note here, as I mentioned before, so Nordic Plast invested 1.7 million expanding its pellet production. So we moved to new facilities in Jelgava. Recently, we have also got all the necessary environmental permits, implement a new wastewater treatment system, which will allow us to work full capacity this year. So this investment strengthens our efficiency, supports our company's ability to meet the growing market needs for treatment and recycling of mixed polymer waste coming from post-consumer sector. So during my speech, I have been talking about circular economy and environmental aspects. So it's also to cover our ESG efforts. So we are not only complying with the regulatory requirements, but also setting higher standards for ourselves in order to align with the international sustainability guidelines. So, and as every ESG policy, so also our efforts are split into 3 parts. So first of all, it's environmental. So besides everything we are doing, so we are also looking at how we are providing this service. So talking about numbers, so we have collected 18.5% of all waste in Baltics with low emission vehicles, so primarily focusing on CNG vehicles, also assessing opportunities to deploy electric vehicles. And the main market share for this 63% already in Latvia. So next step is to expand the CNG truck network and usage in Lithuania. Then talking about share of renewable energy, we are focusing on abilities to increase our green energy consumption. So last year it's 15%. And talking about general carbon emissions, so we are carbon negative, which means that we are preventing more CO2 emissions than it generates. So making a significant contribution to the climate goals. And with our products, we are substituting the virgin products that would normally be used for production of goods. So then second pillar is social. So here we are focusing on our employees, and first of all, employee safety is our key priority. So we have committed ourselves to zero accident policy and working on daily basis to decrease job accidents. This has led to 2.89% job accident level per full-time equivalent in Latvia, which is lower than the industry average. And also, we are working on the same programs across the whole perimeter of the group. Talking about gender equality, which is another very important part of the social aspect. So on the top management level, so we are almost gender balanced, as also here you see Sant and me. So 49% of our top management are females and 51% males, reflecting a strong commitment to building an inclusive leadership environment. And finally, governance. So EcoBaltic has adopted a group level ESG strategy, which complies with the industry standards and also not only Latvia, but globally. So we have complemented by individual ESG roadmaps for each company. So each manager has its KPIs implemented on a daily basis and integrated with the group strategy. And this also shows results, which we'll talk later. But if we look at the governance itself, so international governance and quality standards are implemented and maintained. So it's a number of ISO certificates, 9001, 14001, 45000, also EMAS energy management system and greenhouse gas verification statements to ensure our compliance with the world standards in these aspects. So key takeaways of our activities, basically, we are able to demonstrate that we are not only investing in infrastructure and production, but also consistently strengthening the ESG position. setting example among Baltic companies, and we want to lead by example in this aspect. So, talking about achievements, which are definitely related to our ESG commitments. So, we have been in a number of ways internationally recognized. So in 2025, EcoBalti achieved third place in the prestigious Nasdaq Baltic Awards in the category of Best Investor Relations in the First North bond market. Also, this event is part of our commitment to share information with our bondholders. This accomplishment definitely highlights our professional and transparent communication with investors, which is crucial for ensuring growth and financial stability, and also hopefully potential future interest from investors should we decide to do another bond issue later. Second, if we talk about stakeholders, very important to talk about our employees. So, and employer recognition. So EcoBaltic has been recognized as one of the top employers in Latvia. And in addition to that, we also received the silver status as a family-friendly workplace and a diversity-oriented employer. So these awards reflect the company's care for employees, a supportive work environment, and also commitment to equality. And finally, of course, sustainability index, which is one of Latvia's, I would say, best standards in terms of evaluating company commitment to sustainability. And in this index, so 4 our companies did apply, and EcoBalti and Iterum got platinum standard or award, and Umis and Nordic Plus got this gold level recognition. So these recognitions just underline the systematic integration of ESG principles in our everyday business practice. And of course, every year we try to achieve higher levels in this. So talking more about our recycling industry, it's also worth to mention Nordic Plus. So last year, Nordic Plus was nominated for Plastic Industry Awards 2024 for its closed big bag loop solution. So basically, this initiative is a strong example of circular economy innovation, enabling material reuse and waste reduction. So basically, we take old big bags, we recycle them in granules, and the granules are returned to big bag producers who produce new big bags used in farming, fishing industry, etc. So together, these achievements showcase EcoBalti's growth, strong investor credibility, high ESG standards, and innovative approach to circular economy solutions, basically strengthening our company's position in both in Baltic market and also European markets. So with that, I have covered most of the strategic issues, and now I'll give floor to Santa, who will go through the financial numbers.
Yeah. Thank you, Maris. So, excessive introduction of the business segments and companies in our group. So we'll move to the side of the numbers, showing
Now.
Now showing and starting with the revenue. With the revenue of basically we want to also you present audited 2024 results and show how the next quarter after the year end. So last quarter we have reported this quarter 1. Soon in September, end of September, you'll see also 6 months results. So at the moment, we could say that fulfilling the budget and expected plans, but not, of course, allowed at the moment to say precise numbers. So consistent growth last during the last 4 years. I remember very well that the first biggest boost was started with the acquisition of EcoService, the biggest, the main leader in Lithuania in waste management segment. And the story continued. So we started the consistent growth using opportunities for the waste management companies to expand the areas, participating in tenders, and adding to the company also acquisitions of other other companies, which is giving us an opportunity to add additional services. So remember the 2 years ago, so street cleaning business was bought and added to Baltia with so road and maintenance. Now we are looking to successful acquisition also in Daugavpils, what Maris was mentioning. Additional service and was driven, and now full year 2025 will be reflected acquiring oil recovery. So the company as well is adding the possibility to expand our services and add the value to our customers to be a one-stop place where we are servicing the people and the companies. So and also the other businesses. One also new area was Tessel Fibers. So recycling company of in Czech Republic about with continuing business with the PVC segment. So Poland, Baltia went out from the Baltics And with a record high revenue in last year, so 265 million in pro forma basis. I'm saying because we want still to once more. I want to highlight that legally companies are. So the trend is that we are managing to acquisition at the year end. But we would like to show that impact of the full year of these new acquired businesses. So we are at the moment we are showing you IFRS statements. So audited statements are presented according to international standards, where you can where you need to understand that it's also impact of the difference between the gap and the normal understanding of like Latvian standards and other countries. So IFRS is impacted by the recognition of leased assets, which are recognized in balance sheet, and also the disclosure of the rent expenses to the depreciation. So it's important for the next. I'm able to switch. One moment, I will stay in this same slide, saying and reminding that group portfolio breakdown of the revenue streams. You see, it's optimized and balanced between the segments. So two strong segments, strongest. Every year trend is showing the strongest is waste management, and the other part, so balanced manner, is recycling segments. So EBDS is increasing, and 2024 is a very strong increase comparing to 2023. So the same reason. So we are expanding and to the financial results and profitability. Acquired businesses are giving the results, which are mainly achieved by looking for the synergies between companies. So leveraging and using the asset base, which is very strong. So three plants and opened and in 3 last years. So it's very important and giving us this possibility to fix the results and move forward with new plans and improvements. 24 was impacted. I want to highlight that impacted by the recognized insurance claim recognition in the income statement. So I need to remind that year-end 2023 in August there was a fire accident in Lithuania. So Ecoservice happened in that situation, and still we are in the position of claiming and getting back. So we have strong position to claim back the insurance coverage. We decided and want to not to delay the statements and wait for the development because this uncertainty and virtual possibility according to standards how to recognize the revenue. So you, in auditor's opinion, you will say that these adjustments or the recognized amounts are very clearly stated for your understanding. And still with that, so you see that group is strong. Waste management companies are generating revenues and tenders, asset base, experience, and this is a base how we will be able to despite of not received money from insurers, we were able to develop a new best plant in the Baltics. All this story is reflecting in our balance sheet. So assets and equity, assets base are increasing, reflecting the acquired companies as a first. Second, two factories built. And as well, I need to remind that consolidated under IFRS standards also leased properties are recognized in the balance sheet and shown as assets on a lease and also liabilities side for the next year. And this biggest impact, about 30 million, came into our balance sheet is a factory opened and working in Iterum in Uolainen. Moving, showing this financial growth, asset increase, stability, and achieving the results as a plan. So we can see also the reflecting the financial resources used for the growth opportunities. So starting from 23, which is the peak year, so next year, so that means that we are reducing the loans, leverage decreasing. So year end, according to standard net debt to EBITDA, so 2.4, 2.5, it's very comfortable level. That means at the moment we are now preparing for the next year. So two bonds are becoming into the situation, so to repay or to issue the new ones, refinance, or at the some amounts to the new projects which we have in our plans, as Mari said. So time will come and the company, the group is very big for the Baltics, so that means that we are confident and the opportunities to refinance and get growth opportunity is huge. So capital markets are interested for us, and also we feel that it's a possibility as well. Financing institutions and also out of the Baltics financing institutions are interested in cooperation with us, so the group is stable and strong. For our bond investors, so one so information according to the terms and conditions, we have obligations also to fulfill requirements of the financial ratios what we have agreed to fulfill. So very comfortable level, fulfilling and continuing to perform. So, and one reminder. So still next year, kindly remind you to fill the personal income tax documentation, because it's very important to get the exemptions from the applying income tax rates, and it needs to be done before the first interest payment of that annual year of the payments received. So thank you very much to join our presentation.
Yes, so thank you very much for everyone who joined us today. So we truly value your trust, your attention, and also we are looking forward now to hear your questions as we are open for communication with our investors. And it's important to have this bond between us and you. Although it's a webinar, so but there is a chance to open questions, and I think we have also some incoming questions. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mari and Sant, for the presentation. Now let's open the floor for the questions. And just a reminder to all that you can submit your questions in the Q&A window below the screen. And to streamline the discussion, we will combine similar questions and address them as one. So we will begin with the questions that were submitted ahead of the call. So let's start with the first one. How does the opening of the most modern sorting center in the Baltics affect competitiveness and efficiency?
So it's a very good question. We have opened this center, as I said before, in February of this year. So this will allow us to substantially increase the amounts of recyclable materials we can recycle in our own facilities as well as sell. It will have actually two financial effects. First of all, better position to participate in PRO tenders in Lithuania for recycling service and sorting service of secondary raw materials. And secondly, also better position to supply good quality recyclable materials to the market. So, and as I mentioned before, so this plant is using the newest technologies, focusing on automation and efficiency. This will also allow us to decrease the number of people doing this low quality job. And basically, via these activities, we are strengthening our leader market share in Lithuania.
Thank you. Next question. What are the key market risks?
Again, tricky question, depends on which part of the year this question is asked. But so from today's perspective, of course, if we talk about the recycling market, so recycling market goes in cycles. So there are some capacities being developed and they are filled. So as in our case, so we have built substantial capacities in the recent 18 months. So filling these capacities always comes with certain risks to be able to certify the product, ensure the traceability of materials, get all the necessary certificates to comply with the regulatory requirements. So we see that the regulatory framework in general, it's in many ways uncertain and it's continuously developing. So this is a new, let's say, unknown into the whole recycling equation. Also, we have been, in a way, refocusing our sourcing of material because of the new certification criteria for Reciclas RPT. So that would be, I think, one risk. Of course, second question is always national legislation. It's also changing. So we are participating in a number of working groups, both in Latvia and also Lithuania. And out of the political and regulatory risks, I would also highlight the second risk, which is, of course, workforce availability. So we are implementing countermeasures against this risk, basically focusing on automated production and reducing the number of headcount working on our lines. So I think that's pretty much.
What are companies' predictions for 2025?
So I'm not sure how much we can say here, but I will talk in, let's say, conclusive facts. So first of all, if we look at what's been achieved, so we have launched most of the new facilities either at the end of the year or beginning of this year. So it means that you will soon see the second quarter results, which we already know. And basically, the new capacities and deployment of this filling of these capacities already are delivering tangible financial results. On top of that, so this year we don't expect many new capexes, so there won't be a number of news in this that we are doing some extra big capexes. We have agreed that this year we'll basically focus on filling up capacities and ensuring the efficiency of those three new plants we have opened. Besides these three new major plants, we have launched also two sizable construction waste sorting facilities, so which also are adding to our portfolio of products. So I would say that this is year kind of to fill up the existing capacities, come up with new plans. These new plans are going into the budget of 2026. So most likely, as the year goes by, you will hear more news, also in the M&A sphere. So as I mentioned, we have got the Competition Council clearance for acquisition up to 100% of Daugavpils Specā 2. So it's also one of the matters that we expect to bring up to approval by supervisory board.
Next question about the expansion plans. So how does the company plan to expand in Latvia and abroad?
In some way, I already answered this question, but just to add on top of that, so we are continuously monitoring number of market participants who might be open for M&A transactions in the future. On the organic growth perspective, so also monitoring the tenders in our industry, in the neighboring industries, so where we could deploy our asset base. The recycling capacities, I think at the current moment we have a substantial amount, but we are continuously investigating recycling opportunities of new or additional plastic products. As with the sorting capacities installed, we are getting sizable amount of various types of plastics coming into our warehouses, and this is a very interesting topic for us as a company that gives us opportunity to continuously investigate this topic, also invest in R&D. So we have our internal R&D department working on these ideas, and as soon as we will have sizable investment projects, so you will hear about them.
How is ESG integrated into company's strategy?
As I mentioned before, so we have a ESG strategy, and also we have published our first public ESG report on this. And as a part of good corporate governance, so every senior manager in our company has an ESG KPI in our annual goals. Then the waterfall system related to ESG strategy adoption also works. So it's as a next step, basically we have like a smaller ESG strategies on the group company level, ESG roadmaps, then a number of guidelines related to investments, like moving to low emission vehicles on the logistics segment. Also, like an administrative level, we are open only to buy electric or low emission vehicles. So it's becoming part of our daily life. And many years ago, when I was studying ESG in Sweden, so the main concept about ESG was how to turn sustainability into profitability. So I think we are pretty much on this path. And I can assure you that moving to low emission vehicles actually is also a very efficient way. And maybe somebody doesn't know, but if you are driving a CNG truck, so you cannot steal CNG. Well, if the drivers are using diesel trucks, so stealing diesel gasoline is always a big problem.
And maybe you can mention what are some of the future ESG goals for the company. Some examples.
Yeah, so I think one most visible example is to substantially increase this low emission truck usage in Lithuania, where we have been lagging behind because there was a huge investment program related to Garuna site reconstruction, which costed us 18 million euros. And of course, without the insurance money, so collecting the resource of the group, so it consumed a lot of our investment capacity. That's number one issue. Number two, so we are continuously investigating opportunities to install solar parks. So now we are installing our first solar park also in Lithuania on the rooftop of our Garuna facility, which will allow us to use green energy internally produced. And then, of course, treatment of wastewater, so continuous investment, reducing that part of our, let's say, not so nice part of recycling where wastewaters are always present. In terms of human resources, so we're investing a lot in onboarding of employees, improving work safety instructions, also controlling that people actually use those work safety equipment. So I think these are just some of the most visible ESG commitments on our daily basis.
Thank you. The last question we have received for now about employees. So how does the company support employees and develop their competencies?
This is, I would say, part of our DNA to work with employees and ensure that they are able to commit to more value-added assignments in the future. So almost every employee has its own development plan in our company. So we are following, of course, the global trends, and here I can mention one of our last year major investment projects. So we gathered a lot of people interested in artificial intelligence and conducted one big educational program, which was called Academy of Talent Academy, basically, yes. And as the outcome of this Talent Academy and empowering our workforce basically ended up with a number of very interesting AI projects. So we are implementing around, I think, 15 different AI supported projects in all our group companies. And this will basically facilitate our idea that artificial intelligence in our field is just like an extra support function for every person, enabling us to conduct more added value jobs during the same 8 hours of workday. And also looking at next year, so basically continuous implementation of AI in our daily life is one of the ways how we see that we can, with the same amount of workforce, conduct more business.
Thank you. The next question we have received: is it correct that Ecoservice UAB insurance claim from insurance company is still in dispute? What is the current state with the insurance company?
Yes, so basically we used to insure everything with Compensa, which is part of Vienna Insurance Group. Unfortunately, I must say that this is probably our worst insurance experience in the market, as we have been working with a number of insurance companies. Currently, we have claimed 30 million euros in Latvia, as the insurance policy was issued in Latvia. So for more than 2 years, Compensa has been delaying the decision about payment of the insurance. So coming up with various arguments that there are unfinished investigations, etc., and continuously requesting additional information. So I could say that we have a few people working in our team just dedicated to this issue. And since we were unable to see any structured approach from Compensa and any willingness to actually settle on this, so we have gone to the court, and the first hearing is planned in September. So there, I think the court will find out who is right on this matter. And I think it's very important that insurance companies are there to actually ensure that there is insurance paid in such events, because if that wouldn't be the company of our size, with the stability and all other aspects, I think any other company could have easily gone bankrupt. And so I think this is a really serious thing to remember when choosing insurance. So what is the reputation of the insurance company on the market?
Thank you. All questions are now answered. Reminder to attendees that the recording will be available soon online. And thank you for joining us today.
Yes, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions. So we are always glad to provide answers and be in direct contact with our bondholders, investors. And once again, thank you for your attention, time, and also confidence in Baltia. And we are looking forward to work together and to support our journey of growth and sustainability.
Thank you.